Okay, so for my proposal, so one thing to know about me with English classes is that I actually have not been in a formal, serious kind of English class in like a long time, 3 or 4 years or so. So it's been a very long time. So I've kind of been struggling for the past couple of days to figure out what assignments I even wanted to use, just because I don't really have very many that I felt like worked. So it took me a while, but I found a few, and they're all very different. So the first one, two of them are from the same class, and I wasn't going to do that, but they're actually very different assignments, so I feel like there's definitely some different things to analyze within them. So the first one is an essay that I wrote for an Intro to Interpersonal Communications class that I took in the spring of 2017, so a little while ago at this point. And there's a lot to it. It's actually a pretty interesting essay that I wrote, I would say, but it's kind of about like who I am as a person, and taking into account like things that my friends and family have said about me and goals that I have, and just like it really kind of goes into all of that stuff. So it's actually a pretty interesting piece that I kind of wanted to include, and I feel like there's a lot that I can analyze from that. And then I have another, like I said, another class or another piece from that same class, and it's an essay that I wrote about communicating non-verbally in interpersonal relationships, and I just found it pretty interesting. I did a little bit of kind of research and analyzed Hall zones of communication, and went into depth with what they each mean and how like kind of I see them used in my family. So again, that one was for the same class, but definitely very, very different. One was about me, and one was more about kind of a less personal topic. So I feel like they're different enough pieces. And then my third piece is from a very long time ago. It was my final draft was written on January 6th, 2015. And it's a speech that I actually had to write for my junior year class in high school. It was my AP English class, and I actually really liked my speech at the time. Reading back on it now, I can definitely see some things that I would like to analyze, the ways that I already can see that I believe that I've changed. But I wrote, my speech topic was mandatory or obligatory organ donation. I'm going into nursing, which I said in my introduction video for the class, but organ donation is always something that I've been pretty passionate about, and I don't think that the US has the best system for it, so that's kind of why I decided to write this speech. We got to choose our topics, so it was one that I found really interesting, and a lot of research and time went into writing this piece, but it was also like from a really long time ago, so I thought it would be really interesting to compare these three pieces. And I don't know, I mean, I would like anyone's ideas on how I could potentially kind of focus in on what I want my central kind of topic or theme to be. But I kind of just like wanted to just overall kind of analyze the differences that I can find, and then the similarities that I can find of who I am as a writer throughout these very, very different pieces from very different time periods in my life. One, I was in high school, and two of them I was in college and in a very transition kind of period of my life. So I would really like to see how that is reflected through my writing. So yeah, of course, those are very broad topics, but I don't know, I would love anyone's feedback on what exactly they think that I can get out of that, if they think I should change what my theme or topic is, and just anything that you guys have to say. So I'm really excited about these three topics.